Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, YouTube AI tools, and many more cool things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a huge, big, enormous thanks goes to my Patreon supporters who continue to make this podcast possible. Without your generous monthly and regular donations, I would not be able to continue churning out episodes week in, week out, and reach episode 227, which is the present episode you're listening to now. Of course, everyone else, thank you for being here, thank you for listening, and this time around, as you might see from the thumbnail and the cover image, I'm talking about the YouTube rollout of its AI inspiration tool, which is a AI generated system for giving you basically ideas about the content that you could create thanks to interconnection of an AI content creation mechanism and its insight into your channel's analytics. Now, basically, it's going to offer three separate domains of suggestions. First is the content and topics that your viewers, based again on the analytics side, would be interested in and would like to see more of. So if you're creating several types of content, it will suggest expanding into one of those. Second thing that offers the AI generation, content generation and insight tool should be some new angles on the content that you either made or haven't made, but which should be interesting to your audiences. So it would be something like an adjacent topic to your regular content and or a fresh perspective on the content you are already making. That should kind of help, again, content creators expand from their niche and kind of try to cover not only additional niches, but try to gain more viewers on the niches they're already filling with their content. And finally, the same tool should be able to create outlines and start building talking points for a particular topic, and that way it could help you start the creative process. Now it's going to reach a small number of channels on YouTube. It should be present on YouTube desktop, YouTube Studios, or basically YouTube Studio, where you should go to your analytics page and there should search for the research tab where that AI tool should kind of appear. Now this is all well and good, but in my view this is eerily similar to the thing that most of us who create content on YouTube are already using ChatGPT for. It's basically the same process of kind of starting the pre-production, let's call it like that, segment of your video creation, where you might be using AI chat for things like keywords and content creation in terms of descriptions, that is building you those initial outlines and initial scripts that you then apply to your videos and record and create your videos around them. So that's already in play. The only thing that is kind of new here, in my opinion, is that ability for the same AI tool to get direct insights from your channel, your actual numbers in terms of visitors, their interests, search patterns, and everything else from that kind of field. And that's cool, but the issue is how much of that will be presented to you in terms of sheer metrics, and how much will it be simply kind of broad strokes trying to figure out if you're, for example, doing videos about cartoons, why not try doing videos about, I don't know, stuff like comic books or visual novels, which is very obvious and very plain and clear. Already AI tools kind of offer a similar mechanism that is useful, but again isn't in any shape or form a revolution in the way you create content. It's just kind of an additional tool that can overall help you somewhat in that process of finding, let's call it inspiration, but it's not actually inspiration. It's better said kind of becoming a research partner, quote unquote. So far, no one actually found a way to use any of those AI tools to really change the way how they create content. They simply go to that tool, enter something that is the prompt, the starting prompt, and then the AI tool churns out great ideas, great scripts, great solutions for their needs. Stuff like that simply doesn't happen yet. I'm pretty sure that Google and its AI inspiration tool won't offer it either. It's just going to be basically analytics that is kind of provided with a bit of AI boost. But again, it will be most likely something that is very, how should I put it, clear. If you just take a moment and think about it, it's going to be a set of ideas, a set of recommendations that basically anyone could provide you with if they check out your content and say, hey, if you're covering topic A, topic B, topic C is kind of natural, why not cover it as well? But the problem is, of course, if you're creating videos, you know that it's not that easy to simply switch to a different type of content, add a different topic to your selection topics. It's not something that happens overnight, and it requires a lot of effort, research, and many other elements that you already kind of, if you're creating content regularly, have nailed down in your primary fields of content creation. Expanding them isn't easy. It's like saying, hey, if you're making any kind of video, why don't you start making cooking videos and recipe recommendations and car reviews, stuff like that. I mean, in theory, anyone can do it, but it's not that easy in practice. And that's why in practice, even if you tried something like that, you quickly find out that you have to be consistent and diligent and have to create content like that for weeks or months before it provides any kind of result. So I'm really hesitant, and I'm not expecting a lot from this content creation tool or AI inspiration tool that YouTube is unrolling. In fact, I think there's a big chance that it will simply be left to wither away after the initial test phase. Again, we all need good analytics, we all need good insight. YouTube Studio already has a lot of info, bunch of info actually, and the way you use it is kind of questionable, because you have to have a lot of experience in being able to kind of interpret those data sets and use them for something that is basically useful to you, not just gives you an information that's interesting, and then you don't have any actionable info to follow it up. So anything in that regard would be useful if the AI tool can kind of break down things to make them more simple and easy to understand. But apart from that, I don't see any big elements of improvement or opportunity in the same tool. But hey, that's just my opinion. I didn't see it, I didn't get the rollout. If you did, I would love to hear what you thought about it, and please leave a comment in the comment section below. That's it for this episode. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for listening. Please consider subscribing to my channel. There are other ways how you can support me, becoming a Patreon supporter, stuff like that. But the quickest, cheapest, easiest way to do the same is to just subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos. That's all for me. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great week. My name is Ivica, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.